Hey everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you a beginner-friendly demo of how to use Blendixserial to control 3D animations in Blender using Arduino. We'll be creating a simple 3D temperature gauge in Blender, then writing the Arduino code using the Blendixserial library to display the temperature from an LM35 sensor, all inside Blender. This is a great starting point if you're new to Blendixserial and want to learn how to connect your Arduino projects with 3D animations. Alright, let's get started by modeling the 3D gauge in Blender. Now, I'm not an expert at modeling, so I'll be using some basic techniques to keep things simple. But if you know any better or more efficient methods, definitely share them in the comments. Let's start by adding a plane mesh. Rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis, then scale it on the z-axis by 0.07 units. Select the left side and move it 1 unit along the x-axis to make it narrower. Now, extrude it by 0.05 units, apply a bevel modifier, and enable Auto Smooth. This will be our major division mark. Move it 5 units along the x-axis, then duplicate it to create the small division mark, which we'll refine later. Apply Object Transforms, and add an array modifier to form the major division scale. Use an empty as the offset object to arrange the marks in a circular pattern. Set the count to 16, and rotate the empty by -12 degrees. Now our major division scale is ready. Next, let's create the gauge pointer. Add a circle mesh with a radius of 0.5, and rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis. Fill the circle with a face, then extrude it by 0.05 units. Add a plane mesh and rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis. Select the top edge and move it along the z-axis to stretch the shape vertically. Move the bottom edge downward to form the tail, and scale the top edge along the x-axis to create a pointed tip. Extrude it, align it to the center of the circle, and join both meshes. Now for the small division marks. Use the pointer edge as a reference. The major marks are spaced 12 units apart, so the small marks should sit 6 units between them. Adjust the pointer's edge and length as needed. Scale the small mark to half its size on the x-axis and apply Object Transforms. Use the same array and empty setup to generate the small divisions. Next, let's build the arc scale. Add a circle mesh, set its radius to match the scale lines, and rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis. Use the extrude region operator to move it slightly inward, aligning it with the small marks. Select all vertices, extrude them by 0.02 units, and center the arc with the scale markings. Apply bevel and shade smooth modifiers. Finally, delete half of the circle to form a clean arc shape. Apply all modifiers and join the meshes. Our gauge scale is now fully complete. To add the labels on the main markings, start by creating a Bezier circle and scaling it so that it sits just above the major division marks, or wherever it looks best. Next, add a text object and rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis. Since the LM35D model has a range from 0 to 100, set the first label to 0. Adjust the text geometry and font to your preference. Then, set the origin of the text object and move it along the x-axis so that it aligns with the starting mark. Clamp the text to the Bezier circle using an object constraint and rotate it along the x-axis to match the major division marks. Once positioned, duplicate the text objects, update each label accordingly, and place them along the curve. Use the arrow keys to nudge the text objects and ensure they align perfectly with the scale. Now we need to make some adjustments to the gauge pointer so it can rotate according to the temperature value on the scale in real time. First, select all the gauge elements and move them slightly upward from the world origin. Make sure the pointer is aligned with the 0-degree marking on the scale, then apply the object's rotation transform. Now the pointer will rotate from 0 to 180 degrees on the y-axis instead of the default -90 to 90 degrees. The next step is to map the pointer's 0 to 180 degrees rotation to the scale's 0 to 150 degrees temperature range. We can do this using a transformation constraint. Add an empty that will act as the controller object. Select the pointer and add a transformation constraint. Choose rotation as the source transform, and select the same rotation axis for both source and destination. With this setup, the empty's 0 to 180 degrees rotation will smoothly drive the pointer to rotate from 0 to 150 degrees. Later, we'll feed this rotation value from the Arduino, using the LM35 temperature sensor, to move the pointer in real time. The Blendixserial add-on also supports updating text directly from serial data, so we can display the temperature value as on-screen text in the viewport. To do this, we'll add a few text objects that will show the live temperature reading. Among these text objects, I'll use one as a placeholder. For now, it will simply display the word value. Later, this placeholder text will be updated automatically using the incoming serial data. Now for the final touch, applying materials to the objects. I'll add a simple burnt orange material and a golden yellow to the pointer to give it a clean and polished look. For the scale material, I'm using the object's x-axis position to drive a color gradient. The texture coordinate and separate XYZ nodes extract the X value, which is then normalized using a map range node. That value feeds into a color ramp that blends from green to yellow to red, creating a temperature-style gradient. The result goes into the base color of a principled BSDF, giving the scale a clean, smooth color transition without needing any UV mapping. Now our 3D gauge is fully ready. I know the process was a bit lengthy, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm not perfect at modeling yet. I'm still learning Blender, and you can definitely consider me a beginner. Even so, this approach works, and it lets us understand each step clearly. Now let's move forward to the Arduino code. To send temperature data from an Arduino to Blender, we first include the Blendixserial library, which allows the Arduino to communicate with Blender. Then, we create an object called Blendix using the Blendixserial class to handle data transmission. We also declare a variable called perv_value to remember the last temperature we sent, so we don't send the same value repeatedly. In the setup function, which runs once when the Arduino starts, we begin serial communication using the method serial.begin. We then call setCoordinateType method and set it to use floating point numbers. This tells the Blendix object that the coordinates we will send can include decimal values. Next, we call setTXSets method and set it to 1, which means we will send one set of coordinates per message. Inside the loop function, which repeats continuously, we first read the analog value from pin A0 using analog read. We convert this value to voltage by multiplying it by 5 divided by 1023, because the Arduino's analog input maps 5 volts to 1023. For an LM35 temperature sensor, the voltage can then be converted directly to degrees Celsius by multiplying by 100. To reduce small fluctuations, we round the temperature to 1 decimal place. Before sending the temperature to Blender, we check if it is different from the last value stored in previous value. If it has changed, we call setCoordinates to set the new coordinates, where the y coordinate is the temperature, and x and z are 0. We also create a buffer, which sets aside 50 bytes of memory. This buffer is used to temporarily store the formatted data created by Blendix before we send it through the serial connection. Then, we call getFormattedOutput method, which prepares the data in a format that can be sent over the serial connection. Finally, we send this formatted data using serial.println. After sending, we update previous value to the current temperature, and we wait for 100 milliseconds before repeating the loop. Now I'll connect my Arduino board and upload the sketch. Once it's uploaded, I'll open the serial monitor to check the data format. As you can see, the temperature values are being sent in CSV format. Now let's connect the Arduino to Blender and see everything in action. But make sure the serial monitor is closed before establishing the connection in Blender, otherwise, you'll get a COM port error. Now change the mode to receiving so Blender can receive the data from the serial connection, and click on the Add New Object button. This will open the New Object Selection interface, where we can select our object, which is the empty controller for the pointer. In the Preferences window, set the property to rotation and the axis to Y. Now we also want to update the text object with the temperature value directly in the 3D view, so select our placeholder text and then tick the Y option. Now the Addon setup is complete, so let's click the Start Movement button. As you can see, once the button is clicked, the pointer rotates according to the temperature value, and the text object updates with the temperature as well. We have successfully received the temperature values in Blender and animated our 3D object. This is a simple demonstration, but you can create much more using different sensors and circuits with the Arduino-compatible framework. As you can see, when I apply hot air to the sensor, the temperature rises and our gauge shows the values accordingly, and the text object updates in real time. And that brings us to the end of this video. We successfully sent real-time temperature data from an Arduino into Blender and used it to animate our gauge and update the text display. This is just a simple example, but you can expand this idea with many different sensors and create all kinds of interactive projects. If you found this helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and check out more tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.